everyone, I have been sent this cute little book from Gia, so thank you for this lovely gift, and I thought that I would show it to you. Now you may have seen my a video that I did a little while ago where I had completed this book. I've got it just here on my shelf. This one, the Little Book of More Calm Colouring, and I'd done a flip through of this one. So when Gia, who sent me the other one as well, saw that I'd finished, she thought she would send me this one, so it was very kind of her. And I thought, I haven't looked through it yet, I thought I would look through it with you, and we'll have a little look and see what it's like. Now it is a small book. I can just tell you the size. I think it's important because it is so small. It is 4.5, whoops, by sort of 5.5 inches. I don't really do inches, centimeters. It's sort of 11.5 maybe by 14, so you can see it is ish. I mean, that's rough, quick measure, but you can see how small it is. But it's a really handy one for popping in a bag, doing on your lap in front of the TV, or if you just want something quite small. I like this size. So let's have a little look inside. Oh, let's read the back actually. It says alleviate anxiety and soothe stress with this perfectly formed antidote to a busy life. Take a relaxing break to colour in the calming hand illustrated artworks, each accompanied by inspiring quotations. So let us open up. So it is by David Sinden and Victoria Kay, as was the other book. And let's have a little look. Keep this little book with you as an antidote to stress. Oh, it says the same thing, except it says calm or return. So we have the leafy design at the beginning, which is pretty much the same as the one on the front cover. Then we have, so in the same form as the, I had to blur, I had some fluff on my screen. In the same form as the previous book, we have a quote on one side and a picture on the other. So this one says, talent develops in quiet places. And we have a pear tree here. If we look carefully, it's a circular design, but inside we have this tree with little pears and leaves on, and flowers. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. I'm pretty sure we had that quote in the other book, and we had some similar-ish looking flowers, not exactly the same though. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and we have mountains here with different designs. So some have leaves, some have flowers, some have what looks like waterfalls or water, snow, that sort of thing, and sort of rivers or paths between them. Nurture your mind with great thoughts. Now this one's more of a geometric design, but you could do them as if they were florals or sunshines, you know, lots of different ideas there. Forgetting oneself is opening oneself. I don't really understand that one. Anyway, we have another sort of floral looking design there. All butterflies. Learn to let go, that is the key to happiness. Yeah. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Now this has some that look like leaves, others that just more shapes. You've got a bit of a mix of different patterns. You cannot perceive beauty but with a serene mind. And we have what looks like a swan or a goose. I think a swan. The swans are white, so you'd have to think of a way to colour that. Here we have florals. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. In a mind clear as still water, even the waves breaking are reflecting its light. And we have waves here to colour. I like colouring water, quite fun. I always prefer to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. I do too. I don't know if it saves trouble, but it's rather a nice way, isn't it, to be. And this looks like a sunflower. To climb steep hills requires a slow pace at first. These, we have these sort of hill-looking bits, but we have trees and bushes and what looks more like ploughed fields to me. Rather a sweet little picture. to enjoy, to love a thing for its own sake and for no other reason. This is more of just a pattern, but all sorts of little areas to colour in. Minds are like parachutes, they only function when open. Ooh. This looks quite floral, almost succulent-like. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Oh, gratitude, yes, definitely for that. So here we have a sort of petally looking design, maybe water droplets, maybe leaves. Oops, sorry, struggling. I believe a leaf of grass is no less than the journey work of the stars. And we have what looks like either leaves or flowers. Oh, this one is quite intricate, isn't it? The power of imagination makes us infinite. Nothing we see or hear is perfect, but right there in the imperfection is perfect reality. I think I might colour these as waves, but it doesn't. Oh, they look, or they could be scales, like crocodile scales. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And we have a pretty floral design here. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. It looks almost snowflakey in the middle. It's a rather nice picture. We have a fish. Meditation and water are wedded forever. I was with my nephew yesterday. He was saying how he enjoyed hearing water trickling. It was a little river that we were walking past. Genius is eternal patience. Now here we just have quite a random picture. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. That is quite funny. And not sure what those are at all, but you know, all sorts of scope for colour there. Simplicity is the glory of expression. So we have lots of spherical designs here. Life is beautiful as long as it consumes you. Here we have again, maybe floral, maybe leaves, or feathers. Nothing is so strong as gentleness, nothing so gentle as real strength. Oh, more sort of leafy, I think. Only through art can we emerge from ourselves and know what another person sees. Quiet thoughts mend the body. Chinese proverb. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Oh, fish. Lots of fish. Hitch your wagon to a star. That one's pretty. Cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of your will. If only it was that easy. And we have rain. I think we have flowers in the background there. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Now this looks like snail shells or shells. Not necessarily snails, and won't be seashells. We have like a maze looking picture here, like that. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. Well, it is a simple picture, isn't it? Inspiration and imagination go hand in hand. Never give up, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. If a thing loves, it is infinite. Lots of hearts, nice. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes and the grass grows by itself. It's pretty, isn't it? Lovely grass and little leaves. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. And here we have lots of peacock feathers. All appearances are illusions. Interesting. The world is but a canvas to our imagination. We have lots of sort of oval designs here. Nature does nothing without purpose or uselessly. Ferns, I think. For things to reveal themselves to us, we need to be ready to abandon our views about them. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. We had this one, didn't we? I'm sure we had that quite already. Fast is fine, but accuracy is everything. We have another sort of randomy design, although we've got some florals in there. It's quite a bit of everything, really. You will never make a crab walk straight. It's a very interesting thought, isn't it? That you might never be able to change someone or something from the way they are. Take rest. A field that has rested gives a bountiful crop. The reward of a thing well done is to have done it. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. Wow. Variety is the very spice of life that gives it all its flavour. This one's pretty. Look at the sort of different leaf shapes. Do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. However long the night, the dawn will break. It's quite pretty, isn't it? In wildness is the preservation of the world. We have a nice leafy, they're palm leaves, I think. May I be safe, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I live with ease. That's quite a pretty one. The ocean is a mighty harmonist. Lots of waves. Oh, dragonflies. Time flies never to be recalled. How very true. Excuse me. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Every great achievement was once impossible. Yeah. Florals. I dwell in possibility. This one's quite random, isn't it? The trees that are slow to grow bear the best fruit. I wonder if that's true. I don't know. I have a tree. Oh, there's the end. Okay, I found one that I thought we could colour. Oh, here, this page here. These look a bit Easter eggy. Ooh. I'm just going to do a couple. I'm not going to colour the whole page. Trying to get it flat is always tricky. New book. Ooh. I need a paper to go behind the page. Hang on, I'm just going to stop the video and get a few bits and bobs. Hang on. Right, I've just put a little bit of paper behind the page. Excuse me. And I grabbed these glitter pens, which I had been given fairly recently. I did do a video showing them to you already, but I thought we'd have a little go on one of the designs. In fact, I might come in a bit closer so that you can see it better. There we go. Now, normally with an egg shape, I would colour it in a pencil, make it darker on the outside and lighter towards the middle to give it a more egg shape look. But I'm actually just going to use some of these glitter pens to fill it in. Just do it differently. Now, I always make the mistake with glitter pens, or pens in general, of thinking that it would be a lot quicker to use a pen than a pencil. And oddly, I quite often find that it's slower, and I don't really know why. Whether it isn't really and it's just my imagination, I don't know, but it's quite strange. But yeah, I just tend to find this one isn't glittery, the silver, but it doesn't matter. I can always go over it with my clear glitter pen if I feel it looks odd at the end, once it's dry, of course. I'm going to struggle to help this to dry because the book doesn't want to stay open. I guess I'll have to put some weights on it. I can weight down this side with something, and the other side might have to just do it on the edge. I'll find a way. But I hope everyone's doing okay. It was Mother's Day yesterday here in the UK. I think Canada's is next week or week after, and so my son told me. And I know USA and Australia's are in May. It's the 11th, isn't it? Something like that. anyway, but it was rather nice seeing my mum. It's always a bit tricky because it's so soon after her birthday, which was last Sunday, to try and find things to give her and to and you know, my sister has to drive all the way down, sort of 2-hour journey and that sort of thing, and it's my nephew's birthday next Sunday, but we decided we did a joint Mother's Day, his birthday get together, because it just was getting a bit much, to be honest. It's really tricky. I like seeing my parents, my sister does, but it's, and of course their grandchildren do like seeing them, just to, but it's a whole day, and all of their grandchildren have got stuff on at the moment. The girls, the oldest 2 girls, and my boys have got essays due that they should be working on. My sister's boy is working towards the GCSE, or 2, 3 maybe, I can't remember. Her youngest is okay, he hasn't got stuff on, and our husbands find socialising quite stressful, so it's like, oh, I always feel terribly guilty and think, you know, should we maybe be organising something for just us, a few of us, not everyone feeling they have to do it all the time. It's really tricky. I was talking to my son about it just now, and he was like, he just doesn't, he says, you know, we just went for a walk, and he said it was just so boring. The thing is, we walked into town, and he finds shopping really boring, as do I. We walked my niece to work, actually, but yeah, I'm not into shopping either, and whenever anyone went into a shop, I just waited outside with him and my dad, and we did chat, but my parents walk so slowly. We walked for 2 hours and covered hardly any distance, it felt like, you know. It's like, oh my, I'm just going to use a brown one for the centre bit. I'm not telling you the colours because these particular pens don't have names or numbers on the colours, so I can't really identify them for you. So that is that one. I'm going to do another one. I think I'm going to do this little stripy one in pink and purple. I can do a few, not too many. How are we doing for time? Oh, I can stop the camera. I've got no idea. Never mind. I do a few more. But I didn't mind walking, but in fact some of them didn't. Some people didn't come. One of my nephews, my husband didn't come, and one of my boys didn't want to walk, you know. They stayed at my parents' house. But it was the idea was for everyone to come here, really, and I thought we could have had a nice walk by the canal. And the reason I suggested a walk is because my mum needs to get more exercise, for a few health reasons, really, and it doesn't hurt any of us, you know, not sitting about all afternoon. But I thought, had they come here, we could have done a little canal walk or something, but it just didn't happen because my niece had to go to work. So, there you go. I can show you look how, I mean, this one is wet, the purple one, but the other one is dried pretty much, and you can see it's still pretty shiny, even though it's dry, like that. I think I might leave that there. I will finish the page. I've got a whole selection of different pens. I may just use these though because they're rather fun and they're new. Haven't used them very much yet. Haven't had much opportunity, so it's rather nice. I'll show you the back though, so you can see it hasn't gone through the paper. I can see a little bit of ghosting in places. Might just be my imagination. I think there's a bit there, but it's fine. And being a single-sided You can get away with using pens and things. The paper on these books is pretty thick. I mean, it's not Hannah Carlson thick, but it actually, you know, it's decent. So I think it might even take a water, you know, it hasn't crinkled from the pens, which sometimes pages do. And I think it might even be able to take some water-based, you know, maybe a watercolour or something like that. But I haven't ever tried it in these books. But just, you know, just so you know, really. But that is that one. So it's a cute little book. I say there's too many details to do to finish do much more for you today, but I thought I'd just show you a little bit, talk a little bit more for you. But that is that one. So thank you to Gia. I shall really enjoy this one and just be you know, occasionally picking it up, doing a little bit if I want a small page or while I'm watching TV, etc. So that's brilliant and exciting, and I'll probably work through it in order, but I just thought, because these looked a bit Easter eggy, it just felt right for the season. But yeah, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching. Hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.